Hi Ben, there are concerns that Sadiq Khan will change London's ultra-low emission zone, or ULEZ, into a pay-per-mile scheme, which would charge people based on when and how long they drive. Khan says he won't bring one in, but he also said he wouldn't extend ULEZ across the whole of Greater London. How would a pay-per-mile scheme work?
Well, the details of that are up to Khan and the Greater London Assembly to work out. I imagine it will be through some kind of tracking, such as through ANPRs, cameras mounted around the London area that will follow your car through via its number plate, or alternatively, there could be some satellite tracking involved, where you put some kind of GPS sensor in your car. I don't know, but either way, I think the result is the same, and that is a level of surveillance and tracking and monitoring that is unprecedented, but is obviously required in order to be able to work out how far you've travelled at what time and so on.
And so it would bring in much more surveillance than the ULEZ scheme already has.
Yeah, this is real time, constant monitoring. It's going to see where you go, who you see. You know, it will be a database of your every movement, not just your sort of as it is at the moment, a record of when you cross a threshold through into the congestion charge zone or into the ULEZ zone. This will require the information to be gathered about your every movement, which shops you go to, who you go to see. Of course, people say nothing to hide, nothing to fear, but we don't know how this information will be used in the future. And certainly the trajectory of our government is not one that many people who are concerned for civil liberties are comfortable with. This is and especially so that with the use of green ideas to increasingly intervene in the management of people's day-to-day lives.
And one of the aims of ULEZ, and presumably of a pay-per-mile scheme, is to get rid of toxic air and have clean air to improve people's health. You've done some research into this. What can you tell me about the clean air claims?
Well, the clean air claims don't have very much substance to them, and scientists have known this. The scientists that were assembled by the UK government, the Committee on the Medical Effects of Air Pollutants, were quite clear about it. If you read the report, they produced an estimate of mortality risk, but they said that you had to be very careful using this estimate of risk because it could mislead the public into believing that they had established, using science, a causal relationship between exposure to air pollution and deaths, when that's just not the case. The problem is with these ideas about making people safer by reducing exposure to air pollution is that they have very profound economic consequences. You go and ask the business owners who for example, who are affected by air pollution mitigation policies such as low traffic neighbourhoods and ULEZ and so on and so forth, and they say their footfall and their trade is very far down, in addition to the problems created by lockdowns. So these economic effects are going to produce negative health effects.